Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah wa alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. In this series of short sessions, I want to talk about system and eventually system theory. Because eventually, if we want to understand what modernity is, at least from a sociological point of view, from the point of view of the discipline of sociology, for example, we need to understand the concept of system, because generally modernity, for example in Habermas, is understood, or in Parson, for example, understood in terms of either or both life world and system, and the concept of internal differentiation within life world and within system as well, what Habermas, for example, called disintegration. So that's the context. So, and system can be obviously many type of systems. There are many types of systems. So for example, you have transport system, you have solar system, etc. You have like ecological systems. Machines are in a sense system as well. But obviously when we talk about modernity, etc., we are talking about social systems. And social systems deal with societies, and societies are made up of humans, individuals. So system theory indirectly deal with individuals. And society. And action as well. But it tries to understand actions not with reference to individuals and their intentions, but with reference to, by treating them as autonomous system, for example. Autonomous without reference to individuals. So when you try to understand action, and obviously purpose of action, and consequences of actions, so you can do either with reference to individual and their intentions, etc. That's not what system theory is. When system theory tries to understand action and purpose of action and consequences of action, for example, without reference to individual, or reference to individual as anonymous parts of a whole, for example, which is internally autonomous and so and automatic in a sense. So that's the context of trying to understanding what system is, what a system is. So basically, we're trying to understand a concept of system with reference to as a social system, not any other system. So, for example, even transport system is part of social system, but not the solar system, for example, or not the computing system, for example, at least not directly. So if we want to, so you have individuals, you have society. So society can be studied as a system, not individuals in that sense. What I mean, you can study physiological system. That's one thing. The second thing is we are concerned with action, purpose, consequences of actions, different types of actions. But without reference to individuals and their intention, so their free will, for example. So individual can be part of system, but they will be treated as nodes in as part of or as actors or anonymous actors. So we won't in explanation we won't refer to explaining action, we won't refer to their intention. Not that they are not important, but in the context of system we ignore them. In the context of system we ignore a lot of other things, like we ignore, so system is part of general environment as well, social environment and other environment, but we try to abstract from that as well and try to understand system as self autonomous entity. Okay, and obviously system is related to, in sociology, system theory, and in system theory the authors which are important are, one author which is important for me, for example, is and it's generally Niklas Luhmann. He's a system. He's one of the main system theorists which and that's because for Habermas, for example, Jürgen Habermas was my main interest. He borrows and criticizes Luhmann's system theory. And there has been debates between Habermas and Luhmann, etc. So those are important for us. So in that sense, Luhmann is important, and also Habermas, who is also a system theorist, but he tried to combine system theory with life world and all other things. And the other one probably is Parson. So we'll look at their work as well in relation to this concept. Okay, I'll just stop here, and next time I'll start with just an initial definition of what a system is. Okay.